Love is. He sat and looked out the window. Snow was falling quietly outside, and according to the calendar, it was the 3rd of January. The holidays had passed, but the good mood lingered. People laughed and joked, threw snowballs, children sledded, and young couples gracefully glided and twirled on ice skates, accompanied by snowflakes. The tree branches bowed under the weight of the snow, and the frost created its magic on the windows, drawing beautiful patterns. Life went on outside the window, and he sat and watched it all from the 3rd floor of the house for the disabled. For 35 years, he had been sitting in his wheelchair, observing life from the sidelines. No one would come today to congratulate him on the holidays. No one would run with him joyfully through the snow or laugh with him. His life seemed as gloomy as the sky from which the snow fell. But the sky was fortunate. Clouds are temporary, but disability is for life. He so wanted to stand up and shout, "I'm here! Here!" But the shout froze on his lips, shaking his body from the inside. A deep melancholy gripped his heart. Only in books did he find peace. He could read day and night, think, and quietly dream. If asked what he had read, it was easier to say what he hadn't. The hospital library was already entirely read through. Therefore, books were brought to him by a nurse named Natalie. She took care of him. He loved when she visited. Natalie brought a breath of life-giving air that he needed. She would come into his room in a semi-transparent gown that barely reached her knees, smiling kindly, her chestnut hair tied in a ponytail, with a rebellious fringe softly scattered across her broad forehead. She smelled of lavender soap, a scent he adored. He would inhale her fragrance discreetly, trying to remember it until their next meeting. They talked a lot. Natalie was a pleasant conversationalist. There was something special in their conversations, something that united them. They loved the same music, enjoyed the same books. When he told funny stories, she would laugh heartily, squeezing her hands in her lap and asking him to tell more. Sometimes they would stay up late, and Natalie would leave on the last tram, while he watched her go from his window. Then, once again, he would feel that sense of complete loneliness and a life without a future. On this 3rd of January, he sat with longing, watching the people outside. He caught himself thinking he was waiting for someone, glancing at the door and then at the clock. Natalie? But she wouldn't come today. She had her own life. Why would she spend her day off on a disabled person? Rage overwhelmed him, and he struck the windowsill with all his might. No, he couldn't think about her. It was just foolish. Who was she, and who was he? She was beautiful and young, a girl with a future, and he was a cripple, doomed to sit and watch other people's lives because he had no life of his own. Fool. What could he give her? Only long days and years of care and pity, which he didn't want. Idiot. But the thoughts wouldn't leave him. He waited, starting at every sound. Lost in his thoughts, he didn't notice the door open and Natalie enter the room, a smile on her face.
Happy holidays!
He couldn't believe his eyes. She stood in the doorway.
I decided to visit you. I brought some pies, salads, and a little gift.
Natalie, it's your day off. What are you doing here?
I missed you, so I decided to visit. Aren't you happy to see me?
Happy, very happy. Sorry, it's a bit of a mess here.
Nonsense. Let me feed you. I made all this myself except the pies. My grandma baked those. I can't bake. And then we'll go outside. The weather is amazing today. How about that plan?
Natalie, it's you who's amazing.
Come on, eat up and here's some compote.
Your grandma made it?
No,
She laughed.
I bought it at the store.
Very tasty.
I want to give you a gift.
Natalie, I feel so awkward.
Here, take it.
She handed him a small box.
Open it.
He opened it and saw a small heart on a cushion in a delicate frame.
Natalie,
It's my heart. Take it.
but I can't.
Why not?
Look at me, I'm a cripple. I can't move. Natalie, you're a young woman. Why would you want me? I'm disabled.
I'm 32, and I want to start a family with someone I love, with you. I miss you. I realized this not long ago. And you're not a cripple, you just can't move. But those who have no conscience, who have amputated souls, they are the real cripples. You're a person with a heart, and I want to be with you. I want to take you away from here. If you don't want that, just say so. If you don't love me, I'll leave and never come back.
Natalie, I like you, but I'm not ready. It's hard to explain. I'm very unsure. I haven't left this clinic in 35 years.
I'll help you. I'll always be by your side because I love you.
Natalie, before you came in, I was thinking about you, wanting to see you, but I was afraid you would laugh if I told you. But here you are with your heart. Thank you. I need to think. I'm not ready.
He turned away, tears streaming down his face. Men don't cry. They just can't express their feelings, especially a man who has spent his entire life in a wheelchair, quietly dreaming of simple human happiness, of a devoted and beloved person by his side, of a simple and sometimes tedious daily life, of children's laughter, so cheerful and unrestrained. You don't need to be a magician to make someone else happy. Just smile at them, hug them, and tell them you love them.